God be with you, good sir.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you know him?
You mean Hynek? He's the tanner's son, isn't he?
Any idea where I could find him?
I don't know. Tried his folks' house, but he doesn't spend much time there.
So you know this Hynek. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the...
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners. And that Riki...
What can you tell me?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush.
Why do they call Hynek Riki?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll understand. Tanning is...
True enough. But not every courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Well, Hynek's nature's no sweeter than his smell.
Why has he got such a bad...
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk. I heard he got a taste of the pillory in Rattay for thieving, and in Neuhof he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits.
Just so. We're all on...
Don't tell me there's not a single person who talks to him.
He's been seen around with one of the Bath House wenches. Adela, I believe she's called.
I heard you've been seeing Hynek.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a...
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hynek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough, but I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Where can I find Hynek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days.
Does he do that often?
From time to...
What the hell does he get? He goes to the woods from time to time.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hynek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
I really don't know what you want from me.
When did you last...
A few days ago.
And that was on you?
I never saw him drink much.
So he was acting strange?
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He keeps prattling on and didn't seem to care about... you know what. So I threw him out and I haven't...
Can you remember anything?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died. That he was regretting he ever got into it. But he never said what it was. And that it wasn't worth it for the money. Aye. And then he was talking about the money.
What did he say about them?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see. What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl, and other harlots wouldn't go with him even, and if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me, and we could get married and such. All just poppycock.
Did you go there for a look?
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made...
Yes, I understand. Did he tell you exactly where...
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western corner.
All right, thank you.
Hey, who's there? I'm honored that you should come to me.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Have you ever heard of him?
Sure. Why wouldn't I? That's what...
Ah, you wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hynek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Do you at least know any friends?
As far as I know,
I heard he sings...
maybe. He can't get it for free, so I suppose he...
What can you tell me about the coin I found hid?
Coin? What coin?
A pretty pile of groschen nicely stashed away for a rainy day. If I'd known
I don't know nothing about it.
And I suppose you know nothing about the bloodied gambeson your son hid there too. Of course it would be a shame to throw away such a valuable thing.
Behind my house?
So you really don't know anything about it? Looks like he pulled the wool.
How did he?
He was paid to raid the Neuhof stud farm.
Jesus Christ, I heard about...
Almost certainly.
He could have at least told me about them.
Forget about that.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where.
I don't follow.
Hynek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's... Don't you have any clue as...
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there,
How's that?
because every time he brought some hide.
He had money because he...
I suppose.
Do you know who he sold?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin.
All right. What more do you know?
Nothing! I swear to God Almighty!
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have... How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know?
I'd like to talk to you...
I'm very busy.
I'm honoured that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Here you are, and good health.
What's happening around here?
Now I think of it, the local herb woman. And there's more. Like Vatsek has started an archery contest here. Oh, and especially at the mill. Not a week goes whenever they're planning some mischief.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hynek.
But ask someone else. I have nothing to do with Reek. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different...
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hynek's. He's gone missing.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bag...
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honour you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I hear Hynek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly.
right away.
That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But...
But I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
How much game did he...
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here.
And do you know of any mine shafts?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Jesus Christ, what am I to do? Not that I can expect any useful advice from you. At least, you've no more cares.
Need someone to talk to?
Fuck! Don't kill me. I can explain. I won't tell anyone. I swear, I've no one to tell anyway. Just please don't kill me.
I'm not planning to kill you.
You're not one of Runt's men?
No.
Then who are you?
That's not important. The important...
Considering all the enemies I have, the odds of that are pretty high.
I'm talking about the gang that raided... I know you were there.
I was, but I've got nothing in common with those bastards.
I'll take your word for it, providing you tell me what you know.
I don't know why you should care. If it keeps my neck out of the noose, I'll spill the beans.
That Neuhoff raid of yours didn't...
Depends on whose plan you're talking about. We were up to it to grab some loot and bugger off. Only Runt's cutthroats was there to shed blood.
What do you mean, Runt's cutthroats?
There were two gangs there, mine and Runt's. We was only there to steal, but they wanted to slaughter everyone.
But when you realised what they had in mind, you didn't have to go along with it, did you?
But we didn't know nothing, even though we were going to Neuhof. They told us to keep watch on the courtyard while they were cutting the horses' throats. Jesus, that fucking vexed me. Their horses was the most valuable thing there. When I spoke up, though, Runt gave me such a bollocking I knew I'd better keep my mouth shut. And when they said we was going to kill anything that moved, then we knew there was no going back.
That gang of yours, what can you tell?
Don't know what you want to know. There was 4 of us. Me, Timmy, Limpy Lubosh, and Pius Pavan. Sometimes we'd rob a place or hold up pilgrims. Never nothing fancy.
I'm sure you did mischief enough. Who led you?
Pius. He was the oldest, and he'd mostly find the jobs for us, plan 'em and the like.
What about the others?
Timmy's strong as an ox, with a brain to match. You got more sense out of a fence post. And Limpy, I've been with him the longest. He's...
Who got your 2 gangs together? You must...
Pius. He come... That was a big deal, 'cause mostly we just did small stuff. Hold up on the road now and then. Nothing fancy.
So Pius knew them?
I suppose, but I don't know where from. We even got paid up front.
Where did the rest of your gang...
You saw Limpy, right?
Yes, but he's no use to me now. Tell me where I can find Pius or Timmy.
I don't know nothing about Pius. He vanished in the woods, and I haven't...
Which mill?
The windmill...
Did you know any of Runt's people?
Not a one. They didn't talk to us at all. None of their faces was familiar either. The only thing I know...
I don't suppose you know where they got to.
On the way to Neuhof, Timmy told me he was at their camp with Pius. I reckon that's where they've gone now.
Did Timmy tell you where the camp...
Somewhere in the woods. He didn't say nothing more. Thing is, Timmy's got quite an imagination. But Pius roared at him to shut it, so I reckon there must be something in it.
Tell me exactly how the raid went down.
Well, we stormed in from the rear. Runt's people started... Meanwhile, me and Limpy had a sniff round the stables to see if we could find anything worth pilfering. And in the end...
What did you find?
Smill, Sir Hanish's groom. I don't know why he was up and what he was doing in the stables, but we took advantage of the situation. Limpy grabs him by the throat and then it all fell apart at the seams. Quicker than you'd believe. Runt comes running up and skewers the groom like a pig for roasting. My jaw dropped. I thought the stuff about killing was just...
And it wasn't?
No, not in the least.
What happened then?
I'm gaping at Smill, stuck through and through, and I noticed this boy standing at the other end of the stables. The stupid sods pointing at us, jaw hanging down to his knees, saying, "I know you." Runt turns to us and hisses, "Take him down." So me and Lubosh start running, because the lad took to his heels. At the same time, we could hear the noise of the skirmish in the courtyard. We caught up with the boy at the next farmhouse. I knock him to the ground, but he bashes me with some piece of iron so hard my head's ringing like a fucking church bell. Limpy grabs it off him and stands over him with his bodkin in his hand, and I start praying. In the end, Limpy just gives him a kick and says, "Beat it, Ginger." And then Runt shows up at the gate and hollers that we gotta go, so we scarp it.
What happened after the raid?
We were waiting for that fool, Timmy. Same place as we met them before, so he'd know where we were, right? Stupid fucking idea. But Pius didn't want to leave him behind. Only when Timmy finally turned up.
There was some...
You could say that, yeah. They started on us right away that we were traitors. They knew we'd let somebody get away, and now we were gonna... They started trying to surround us, and we knew what was coming. But Limpy took his bodkin and let that fucker have it in the belly.
Runt?
One of the others. Timmy broke free from them and we all took to our heels. Luckily, they were so buggered from the raid they didn't follow us for long. They just shouted that they'd find us.
That's all I need to know. So now what do I do with you?
Well...
Hey, over here! Wait up here.
Oh shit. Runs people. We've got to get out of here.
They're too close. We'll never outrun them. Fuck! At least they don't know I'm here. The two of us can take them by surprise.
No fucking way. I'm gone.
Lucky. If you run, they'll catch up with you and kill you. And me too. Together, we stand a better chance.
Jesus Christ. All right. I suppose you're right.
What's that? Hey, who's there?
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Well then, was it worth it?
You're...
You made a mistake getting on the wrong side of me.
I've got some more questions.
What?
Who is this runt? What is he?
I never saw him before.
Did you notice what his...
No.
I think I once had the doubtful honour of meeting that bastard. And he had... You're coming with me. Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush will...
Don't suppose there's any chance you might turn...
Why should I?
I didn't do nothing all that...
It might be best if you
Thank you.
Best just try...
I'll do my best.
I hope I can be of help to you.
I've got some goods.
All right.
I've got some goods here.
All right.
Let's talk about the
Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.